I've been getting some feedback in the comments and emails of tell us exactly what you're doing. Show us exactly what you're buying and what you're selling and how you're proceeding. And I did a video yesterday where I described to you exactly what I intended to do relative to Tesla and Amazon. And so I've been giving that more thought. And so I've come up with a very definitive strategy. And it helps me. It helps me focus on what I want to do, what I want to achieve, and how I think I can achieve it. I'm taking into a number of considerations. Number one, that I don't think we're going to get a stimulus package here in the United States between now and the election. I do not think the Republicans and Democrats want to settle that issue. I think the Cold War with China will continue to grow until we get into 2021 and the leaders of the world sit down and come to a conclusion, not only as to how are we going to make sure that another coronavirus or another virus, another pandemic does not take grip of the world, and they will come to some understanding, I'm hopefully dreaming, that about cybersecurity and how we're going to protect each other and our own domains. Then the pandemic is continuing to grow, particularly in parts of Europe and now in the United States. It looks like we're going to surpass the level of infection that we had March, April, and May as we move into the fall and winter months. The death of Ruth Ginsburg has created some political unrest in that the Republicans want to get a conservative in, and the Democrats want to wait until we get a new president. The November election is throwing everything up into the air. Is there going to be new tax policy? Is there going to be new health care policy? Is there going to be new China relations based on who gets reelected? The borrowing margins are at all-time high. The bank deposits are at all-time high. These are signals to me that there is unrest, there is uncertainty, and there is confusion, and that brings fear. All of those things mount up to fear, and when fear comes into the market, people go to cash, people go to gold, people go to silver, people put their money under their mattress. So I'm not comfortable as we move through this next 40-some days until we have an election. So what I have decided to do is to do nothing. A week ago, last Monday, went 50% cash because I didn't believe that the market was stable until after the election. At the election, I believe I will be able to make a better decision, at least better than I can make right now and today, as to what I want to do. Does that mean I will buy at the after the election? No. My target date, again, is November the 5th, that I make a decision. I will make a decision on November the 5th what I will do the next 60 days, as I have made a decision what I was going to do when I went to 50% cash. I am not going to get involved in a market that is this volatile, that is this uncertain. So, because the video I did where I showed my strategy relative to Amazon and Tesla did so well, I want to expand that and show you what I'm going to do to relative to my other holdings. These are my holdings, and these are the target prices at which I want to buy back in, that I want to add to my pre-existing positions. I also, in addition to these, I own Square. I did not put Square on this because Square doesn't have the same kind of pattern, but I will show you on the charts. So let's go to the charts and see how I think I'm going to achieve these prices and when exactly I will achieve those prices. Okay, I'm going to take you through each of these stocks. This is Google, and this here is the channel they traded in pre-pandemic. This is the channel they traded in during the pandemic. And we reach a high here of 1723, and then we see the adjustment in the market. My premise is they are going to come back into this channel. And as you see, Google has. And I'm looking to buy it at its gap here of 1298. And I'm targeting a date of November the 5th, the day, 2 days after the election. Happens to be my wedding anniversary as well. So I'm watching Google come down this channel, and I've made a plan and committed I will not do any trading until after November 3rd. So now let's look at Amazon with the same scenario. The channel before, the channel during, and the channel now. And again, the date, target date of November the 5th. This is where I will not do anything until we hit that date. And I believe Amazon will continue to come down there, and I will buy it at $21.81. Let's look at Apple. Again, same scenario. Historic channel, Corona channel, current channel. And November the 4th, November the 5th, either way, a price of $76. Microsoft. You notice a resemblance here. Historic channel, Corona channel, current channel, November the 5th. When I will make a decision, do I add back to my holdings or do I do something different? The other thing I'm going to do as I'm watching this is to see if it breaks out of that channel. As long as it's in that channel, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with it going down. Again, this is Microsoft. It has a gap at roughly 191. If it goes below that, and I have a good suspicion that it will, I'll buy then. Again, after the election. This is Facebook. Again, historic channel, Corona channel, current channel. And it's getting close to what I couldn't find a gap, but here I'm seeing a support level. And that is at 215. Tesla. Again, historic channel, Corona channel, and where they're at now. As you can see today, they've actually dropped out of the channel, but are currently within it up here. Again, my target date is November the 5th. Then I wanted to look at Netflix. Similar situation. Netflix, interestingly enough, is bouncing off this past line, past channel top of the line. We'll watch that. NVIDIA. I want to own NVIDIA. NVIDIA has bounced around, and their channel is way down here. I don't know if it will make it into it. But again, my price on November the 5th is going to be somewhere around $334. Square, another holding, moving within this channel, actually moving up in the last couple of days. So I know it won't be 100% accurate, but it's giving me some guidance, and it's giving me some comfort and to know that I don't need to do anything. Where is November the 5th? November the 5th is there. So I don't, here we have a gap at 105. So that's my strategy and my commitment. And I want to discuss also the comfort it gives me. The worst enemy you have in the stock market right now, well, you have a lot of them. The wolves of Wall Street certainly are one, But even worse than that is the person in your head, the one who is telling you to take unrealistic risk, and the one who is telling you to get your butt out of the market because you don't know what the hell you're doing. What I want to do is impress upon you to establish a plan. To basically, what I just showed you is my plan. With that plan in mind, I don't get upset when I see my holdings go down 2 and 3% in a day's time. That is going to reward me that it's going down, because I have cash to buy when it gets down to where I think it's going to settle, where I think the bottom is. At the same token, when it turns around and goes up, I'm okay with that. I'm making money. I'm building more assets. Do I believe right now, like today, it started down low and then went back up? I'm okay either way. And that's what I've done, is I've programmed my mind to say, I'm safe. I know what I'm doing, and I've got a plan, and I've studied it, and I know how the market is going to react until the election. And then at the election, I'll make a new plan. I'll make a new decision. But I sleep at night, and I don't think about my holdings and the jeopardy that my cash may be in, or my assets may be in. I don't worry about it because I have a plan. And again, for those of you who haven't seen my plug for my book, I achieved this mental stability by evicting my negative roommate. You have 90% of the conversations you will have in your lifetime with your roommate, the person who lives in your head. And the person who lives in your head is a sum total of everything that has happened to you prior to the conversation you're having. And most of those conversations and most of those things that happened to you were negative. Your negative, your fear will always out-trump your positive. And so until you come to reconcile those negative thoughts and come to understand where they came from, and they probably came from somewhere in the first 14 years of your childhood. That was at least what it was for me. And so I went through an exercise to evict that roommate. And I wrote it down, how I did it and what it resulted in, and what I'm doing post eviction, in a book called Who Are You? Why Are You You? And it's in the description. I highly encourage you to find some peace in your life and to understand who you are and why you are the way you are, so that you can gain the comfort that I have. It took, to be honest, it took me a long time. It took me until I got into my mid-60s to get here. But I want you to get there quicker. Okay, Best of Us Investors. I put out a newsletter every morning, and I share with people not only my thoughts, but the thoughts of the other members of our tribe. Yes, we have a tribe. Right now, it's about 52,000 people who I send a newsletter to part of them that sign up, and you can sign up here at bestofusinvestors.com, and I'll send you that letter. Then when you get that letter, you will see there is a Discord. I call that our village. That's our village where our like-minded people who want to learn about investing, who want to learn about creating wealth, come together and share their information. Much as I share my information here, these people in the village share their information. We hold classes in the village to teach you about estate planning, about trading options, about anything that anyone who is a part of the tribe has some expertise in. What I want to achieve is I want the village to become your financial resource, and that when you have a question, you can go and get answers. And then you can make better decisions. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to 1 million people. I'm asking, if you're already a member of the village, bring your friends and neighbors into the village. Bring your family into the village. If you're not a part of it, come join us at bestofusinvestors.com. So I'm content. I don't give a damn what this market does because I win either up or down. And then after we decide who we want as the president of our country and what direction we want our country to go in, I will then make a decision of what I want to do from there. Come join us and come be a part of our tribe.